We have double trouble in Glasgow with double transfer bids, but it's no surprise that the £6.9 million bid is coming from Celtic. It's coming for the green side, whereas the bid received is coming for the team that's got no money. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. Celtic trying to bid to bring a player in. Rangers trying to hold off a bid to stop a key player from going out.
What's that all about burying the 49ers there? Rangers have got plenty of money this window. Rangers.
Well, that war chest has been smashed open. See that little lock that was on it that was keeping all the money secured? Looks like Desmond just came in and took a sledgehammer to it, or maybe it was Brodge.
As we sit here...
When the board wasn't looking. Because the board don't like spending it, so it could have been Brodge.
18th of July, what club in the league has spent the most money?
Oh, absolutely Rangers. It has to be.
Oh, there you go then. That's my point.
Has to be Rangers.
Oh, but we're skint though.
Well, that 20 million must be running out.
I'm not convinced, but it could be getting at it too.
That 20 million that the 49ers promised, that must be you must be coming down to the last few million on that, because Rangers have spent a decent amount, to be fair to them, and right now they are winning the transfer window undeniably. But
across the league, we've got to look at teams fairly.
I think maybe when you factor it in, I do think Hearts have had a pretty good transfer window.
Levy have signed well.
Yeah, but if we're just talking purely on financial power and money spent, then obviously Rangers are head and shoulders above everyone else right now. But surely that's got to change.
It will change. I expect it
Celtic
to change.
aren't going to get to the end.
I'm expecting Dundee to back Big Presley. That's what I'm expecting.
We're going to get another Edgar Davids bid, 70 million. But no, surely...
Julian Speroni.
Ravanelli. Surely...
That's plenty.
Surely Celtic will eventually spend the money, and it could be happening right here.
It could be happening right here, but before we get to Celtic, let's talk about Rangers losing a player in their league. Mohamed Diomande. I think the best is yet to come for this guy. 6.5 million has apparently been rejected. They want, between 13 and 17?
Yeah, were they not... Surely they wouldn't accept 6.5. I'm pretty sure Rangers were wanting at least 10 million for him a few months ago. Did Everton not come snooping around?
They did.
And I believe that Rangers wanted the 8-figure mark.
He's got years left on his deal, folks. He's a starter. He's 23. He's a capped international. 6.5 million is an insult.
Yeah, I mean, could you make the case that if you had to lose either him or Raskin, you'd probably rather lose Raskin because you're going to get more money for Raskin?
I agree.
Even though Raskin's probably the better player.
Yeah, Raskin is the better player, but I think the chances of Rangers winning the league drastically go down once you start losing part of this midfield. Midfield's the strongest area they've got now. Yeah.
And that
factor in who they've signed as well.
I think they're definitely two key players for Rangers, and I mean you're getting to the point now where I don't know. I think Rangers don't really want to be losing any key players in their team, but at the same time, they haven't really. The players that they did lose, you wouldn't really say they're key players. There were players that had either underperformed or fringe players, and Rangers have brought a lot in. So you do have to wonder: are Rangers going to see a couple of big casualties before the end of this window? Could Rangers need to sell in order to bring a few more in?
Well, the rumours are this morning Nico Raskin has signed a 2-year extension.
Well, if those rumours
still go though.
I mean, but that just adds a lot more. I mean, that doesn't add seals, but it adds a substantial amount.
There's scenarios where he starts the season fucking unbelievably, but he gets sold at the end of August, despite signing a new deal.
Best case scenario for Rangers would probably be for Raskin to get injured for the next month, even though you've got the qualifier.
They need to get in the Champions League. I'm not buying that.
Alright then, he performs well in Europe, but he's absolutely shite domestically, and clubs
I want to win the league. Fuck that piss. I don't see which scenario benefits Rangers here.
Alright, then he plays absolute shite in the last 16 of the Premier Sports Cup. Does that come after the transfer window though?
Aye, it does.
See, that doesn't quite work. But here, what we're going to talk about first,
it doesn't.
Are we going to talk about Celtic spending money or Rangers possibly receiving money? May as well talk about Rangers receiving money.
We're deep in Diomande here. We're talking about him. 6.5 million. Not enough.
Yeah,
I want at least double.
I mean, it wasn't
maybe not double of it. Well, actually, 13 million. I think that's.
Wasn't that long ago where Rangers fans were actively trying to get rid of their best player? And I just didn't understand that. Like, the gap to Celtic's pretty big. You need to be bringing players in and keeping your best players. Rangers bringing players in for England's irrelevant if you're going to get rid of Raskin and Diomande and the guy up front that, despite missing a shitload of chances, actually scores the majority of your goals. To me, Rangers should definitely need to keep Diomande and Raskin. I think they're the two key players in midfield. I'd believe it or not, I'd be looking to keep Dessers Guy scores goals. I'd be wanting to keep Diomande as well. If possible, you'd want to get rid of Danilo, but who's really going to pay money for Danilo? Probably nobody. And if you did get rid of Danilo, it'd be a massive loss, because I don't think you're going to get 6 million for the guy.
No,
or 6.5, whatever he costs.
I agree, but we've got a weird scenario in the Turkish
But even
league.
see with Danilo though, even if you could sell him for like, let's say 2 million, would it be worth taking that loss just to get him off the wage bill and keeping 2 guys that have actually scored goals for the club rather than Danilo who doesn't score?
Well, I'll tell you what, man, he's got a big couple of games coming up because Diomande and Desters aren't ready. So Danilo, it's time to shine, my friend. But to Diomande and Besiktas, Turkish clubs are weird. They don't spend big money, but they'll spend big money on wages.
Yeah, that is strange. Another player that
I do not believe though that our league's like that, similar with Rangers and Celtic. More Rangers, where Rangers will give guys extortionate wages. Like, the talk is that Robin Proper's wages at Rangers are fucking massive compared to 20, but when you look at the leagues, you would just assume that the wages would be similar. Rangers have got a big problem with offloading people, but Rangers don't go out and spend 12 million.
I was listening to the Rabo, and one of the guys wasn't even sure what if 20 were in the top flight of the Dutch league. And he wasn't sure like whereabouts they finish and if they're a big club. It's like, how can you not know that? Like, I'm not saying the Dutch league's the top league in Europe, but
even if you didn't know it prior to Robin Proper signing, would you not have looked into it?
Yeah, like 20 or
would Robin Proper sign for 3 million not be raising alarms if it was a guy through the second tier of Dutch football?
20, right? They're not Ajax, they're not PSV, they're not Feyenoord, but they're probably within that. They're not that next bracket.
They're like on par, like with
they're like
an Utrecht.
Yeah, so they're like
Sparta Rotterdam or something.
If PSV and
that's plenty.
If PSV and Ajax and Feyenoord, if that's the range, if that's the old form of the Eredivisie, then 20's in the category of the Aberdeen, Hibs and Hearts.
Aye, no, I agree with that.
So they're not a Diddy team. They're not.
Should they finish third?
Yeah. So
the year he left, well, the season
and
before.
I think they're back in Europe this season. I believe they finished 5th or 6th last year, so they're back into the Conference League. So I mean, I don't know. I think 20.
Actually, wait, did they finish third? They might have.
I think 20 could afford to pay decent wages for Proper, but
I'm pretty sure they did. Did they not play United in the group stages?
They might have, but it depends.
And Lammers got the goal.
Aye, 2-2.
Aye, so it was 20.
And well, they should have scored. They should have won.
Aye.
But I think 20 could pay decent wages for Lammers. Not Lammers. Maybe they're paying him decent wages as well. 20 could pay decent wages for Proper, but I don't know what. Can they pay what rate? Maybe Rangers are overpaying Proper.
That could be it, but point stands. Turkish clubs don't spend big money.
Another player that I thought was valuable and that Rangers couldn't afford to lose was John Souttar, but Rangers have brought in quite a few centre backs.
They have, but I wouldn't be bothered about selling John, unless we can get a replacement. And then if we can't, then I don't want to get rid of him. Connor Cody would have been the guy for me, but he's away to Austria, so that doesn't look like it's happening. And a training camp with Leicester. But as for Diomande, I don't believe Rangers are going to be selling him for anywhere near 6.5 million.
Yeah, nah.
To me, it'll be about 12, 13, but double this. And I just don't see Besiktas paying that.
I think it needs to be at least 10 for this to be worth it.
Yeah. And
even then, if you sell him, are you gonna invest that money that you get into bringing in a new midfielder?
No convinced.
I just think at this part of the season, for me, Rangers should be wanting to keep their best players and potentially build on the squad.
No, but do you not believe...
It's a bad time for Rangers to be selling key players, and Diomande is a key player.
I don't think if this... I believe if they sold Diomande, they wouldn't put it back into the midfield. I think they'd put it into other areas. Because I would actually rather that. You want to know why? Because I look at the midfield, it's the strongest area of the pitch, that area. I would rather sell Diomande for 10, 12 million and put it into like the wide areas, up front, creative midfielder, wing backs, then put it into the same area. Because what you can do is you can just begin to give Bailey Rice, Lyle Cameron, Connor Barron more games. I mean that's 3 pretty good options. They're all young and Scottish and coming up.
They are, but I don't think they're quite on the level of a Diomande. But we'll see.
They're not, but you know what you've got to do to get them on the level of Diomande?
Play them.
Give them time. And guess what? They're all here. They've all came for free.
Could Rangers sell Diomande and bring in Miller?
Well, that would be the ideal, but it's not going to happen.
But according to some people, like Scottish teams want like 4 or 5 times the amount when Rangers players come in. So if Miller will want, what, 8 million for Miller, that means they must want 40 off Rangers.
Here. I want to see the proof.
Kenny.
I want to see the proof behind that.
Who killed Kenny? His fucking own dumb logic killed him.
No, honestly, I'm not saying they wouldn't charge Rangers a bit more or Celtic a bit more.
No, I don't think they do. It's just
no, but let's say they do. Let's say, we'll put here we want $1 million, but you have to pay 1.2. It's not 4 or 5 times. That's ridiculous, man. Why would they price themselves out?
Look at John McGinn. We're literally talking it was $300k of a difference.
Yeah. Rangers could have got Souttar early, but they've refused to pay $250,000.
Lewis Ferguson. Rangers could have got Lewis Ferguson for the same amount Bologna bought him for, but they just didn't. They didn't think he was worth that amount. So see this notion that Scottish clubs somehow hold Celtic and Rangers like against their will, and like it's like terrorism, and they hold them to ransom for more money. That's not the case. The case is most times Celtic and Rangers they refuse to give the clubs in Scotland the money that the players are valued for, because they just don't think they're worth it, because they come from Scotland. They think they can just steal them on a free or get them for cheap, and that's not how it works. So I think Celtic and Rangers are to blame for a lot of the good players leaving Scotland to go abroad. And it's not just John McGinn or Lewis Ferguson. I mean, you can go down a whole list. Aaron Hickey. I mean, you could have got James Pett. Hearts would charge Rangers 7-8 million. No, they wouldn't. Rangers could have got Penrice for $2 million.
They could have.
Could have got Shankland when he was banging in 20-goal seasons, and Shankland was valued around the $5 million mark. The Hearts weren't asking for 20 million off Rangers. No. I guarantee you, see if Rangers came in and put a bid on the table, £5 million,
they took it,
and it was none of the add-ons or pish. See if it was $5 million straight, Hearts would have took that 100%.
They would have. Speaking of $7 million though, Celtic have a bid rejected from Cluj, $6.9 million for striker Luis Monteno. Apparently they want double that, so you're looking at about 13-14 million. He's got interest for Lille and Nice. In terms of his stats, well, this season he's played one game in the Europa League qualifying, played 15 minutes, and he's got himself a goal. That's not bad. That's a decent wee record. Came from Fiorentina, and he's had a good season at Cluj last year. Is he worth 14 million though? I'm going to say no.
Yeah, Celtic would be breaking the transfer record to bring him in. Don't know if it's going to happen.
I just don't see it, man. It's like, his value's the highest it's been. He's a capped international, albeit he made his debut quite a while ago. But his contract ends in 3 years. I think if Celtic were going to spend 14 million on a striker, it would have been that
Kirsgarden.
Yeah, Kirsgarden. I mean,
he seemed to be the man.
Not this guy.
There was quite a lot of hype around him. He was linked to Celtic for, I think, multiple transfer windows in a row. Kind of did expect him to go, but then in the end he went to Norwich. So was Brondy doing a Hearts? Were they trying to charge Celtic double, triple, quadruple maybe?
Could have been, folks, but I just don't see this happening. This deal's a non-starter.
Although if I was a Celtic fan, I'd be a bit upset that Norwich managed to get him for 6.9 million. And the reason we were told Celtic couldn't get him is because they were being outpriced.
Well, see, that's what makes me think this is bullshit. Because Celtic have apparently bid 6.9 million for this guy, and it's like, would they really bid?
That's exactly the amount that Kirsgarden went to Norwich.
This is according to I Am Sport in Romania, so I'm not really too sure about this, but I don't know. Are Celtic going to sign a striker for big money? I'm thinking they will. There'll be a massive fallout if they go to the Champions League without signing.
Well, they did last season. The only problem is it cost about 8.5 million more than he's worth.
There it is. He's back.
And I'm not talking about Arnie Engels either.
You're talking about the guy up front.
I am talking about him.
Your best friend, your best pal.
That's the one.
That's the guy.
The guys whose name I seem to pronounce wrong every single video. Idea. Here, I'll just pronounce him my own way. Shite. That's what he is. So I mean,
that's what he is. Will he be lifting? How many trophies will he be lifting this year though?
I mean, probably 3. But here, what can you do?
Nah, it's not. Derek McInnes lifting the Premier Sports Cup.
No, that's actually true. I have predicted Hearts to win the Premier Sports Cup, and so far we've started pretty well. Actually, I said I was going to bet Rangers to win the one. I think Celtic they'll win back the Scottish Cup. That's my prediction. Adam Adair. If another goalkeeper gives him a tap in, he might get to lift the Scottish Cup. But if who knows? Maybe he'll get drowned and he might get washed away in Cal McGregor's tears, so he might not be able to lift it. Couldn't I tell you?
Unfortunate, wouldn't it be? It would absolutely be. Anyway, guys, that's where we're going to leave it. Transfer recap tonight. But the season's just around the corner, isn't it? You excited?
Oh, I am. I'm buzzing.
Tell you what, Aberdeen versus Hearts.
Might have to quit my job and become a bum so I can actually see some games but I am buzzing.
He's buzzing for it. 5:15 tomorrow. Hearts versus Stirling Albion. What a game.